أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلا تك في مرية. So you do not be in any doubt. Who is this addressed to? The Prophet ﷺ. And what is mirya? A doubt. A doubt about something that is a fact. So don't be in any doubt mimma, concerning that which ya'budu ha'ula, what these people worship. Who does ha'ula'i refer to? The mushrikeen of Mecca. What is it that they were worshipping? Idols. Multiple gods. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not be in any doubt about what these people are worshipping. Meaning, do not be in any doubt that what they are doing is batil, is false. What they are doing is dalal. Don't be in any doubt about it. Be sure, be confident that what they are doing is absolutely wrong. It's untrue. It does not have any basis. Because what are they worshipping? مَا يَعْبُدُونَ, they are not worshipping إِلَّا except كَمَا يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُهُم مِّن قَبْلُ, just as their forefathers used to worship before. In other words, they are only mimicking their forefathers, their ancestors. The only evidence they have for shirk is the way of the practice of their ancients, their ancestors. That's it. They don't have any evidence because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given any evidence for shirk. So don't be in any doubt about the error of these people. Don't be in any doubt that these people will not be punished. They will definitely be punished. Because وَإِنَّا, and indeed we, لَمُوَفُّوهُمْ, surely ones who recompense them, surely ones who give them in full. نَصِيبَهُمْ, their portion, غَيْرَ مَنْقُوسٍ, one that is not going to be diminished. لَمُوَفُّوهُمْ, muwaffu is from the root letters waw, fa, ya. From the word wafa, which means to fulfill something. And muwaffu is the plural of muwaffi. It's the plural of muwaffi. And muwaffi is one who pays in full. So we are definitely going to pay them in full their nasib. Which nasib is this? This nasib has been understood in several ways. First of all, it has been said that it refers to their share of punishment. That just as the previous people were punished for their crimes, for their shirk, similarly, these people, don't be in any doubt about their punishment, they will also be punished for the crimes that they are committing. Which is why it has been said, فَلَا تَكُ فِي مِرْيَةٍ, don't be in any doubt, because what they are doing is absolutely wrong. Secondly, it has been said that nasib over here refers to their provision. Their provision. That whatever that is decreed for them, they will get it in this dunya. Regardless of what they do. Regardless of how they are towards Allah, how they are towards you. They will get their rizq. They will get their portion of rizq that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for them. And also nasib has been understood as the reward for the good deeds that they have done. Meaning, if they have done any good deeds, they will be given their recompense where? In the dunya. They will be given their recompense where? In this dunya. But in the hereafter, they will have no good deeds. So we are going to give them in full the punishment that they deserve then. And this punishment is going to be غَيْرَ مَنْقُوسٍ. It is not going to be diminished at all. Manqus is from the root letters Nun, Qaf, Sad, from the word naqs. And what does naqs mean? To diminish, to decrease something. So the Prophet ﷺ is being told in this ayah that the mushrikeen, they have no evidence for worshipping false gods. And the only thing that they have is that what they are doing is the tradition, is the practice of their forefathers, which they are doing in complete ignorance. So don't be in any doubt that what these people are doing is wrong. And when what they are doing is wrong, they will certainly be punished. We're definitely going to give them their punishment in full. Their nasib is going to be given to them in full. Nothing of it is going to be reduced. And if they have done any good, they will be given its reward where? In this dunya, not in the hereafter. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ. And certainly we gave to Musa alayhi salam the book. Which book? The Tawrat. فَاخْتُلِفَ فِيهِ. So even that was differed in. اختلف from اختلاف. خا لام fa. The book was differed in. How was it differed in? Some people, they believed in it, and other people, they disbelieved in it. So in other words, if the book has been given to you, O Prophet ﷺ, today, and some people believe in it, while others reject it, don't think that this is something new. This has always been the case. Every messenger who was sent to his people, some believed in that messenger and others disbelieved. And an example is given over here of who? Musa alayhi salam. That he was also given a book. وَلَوْلَا كَلِمَةٌ. And if it was not for a kalima, which kalima? That sabaqat, it proceeded, مِن رَبِّكَ, from your Lord. Was it not for a kalima that had already proceeded from your Lord? What kalima is this? This kalima, this statement, is the promise of Allah of giving respite to people until their expiration date, until the end of their lives, until the end of their terms. That just because a person has done something wrong does not mean that he will be punished immediately. That if a person lies, that if a person does shirk, immediately he will die. No, this is not the case. What is the case? That every person is given time. Until when? Until the time that is fixed for him to die. So had it not been for this kalima that was already preceded, that was already fixed, مِن رَبِّكَ, from your Lord, لَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ. Surely it would have been decreed between them. How? What qada is this? What decree is this? What judgment is this? That the people who have believed, they would be rewarded immediately. And the people who had disbelieved in the messenger, they would be punished immediately. But this is not the case. Allah allowed there to be differences in the earth. Because sometimes we wonder that the previous people, when they did wrong, they were punished. So how come when people are doing wrong today, they are not being punished? The fact is that the previous people were punished when? At the time that was fixed for them. Isn't it so? Like for example, Nuh alayhi salam, he gave the message for how long? 950 years. It wasn't that after 9 days when they weren't believing, the punishment came upon them. No, over 900 years. Because every nation has a certain time. And if this was not the case, then the people would have been given their recompense in the dunya. Believers would be rewarded immediately, and the disbelievers would be punished immediately. وَإِنَّهُمْ, and indeed they, meaning the mukaddibeen, the deniers, those who deny your book, those who deny the Qur'an, they are لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ, they are in doubt concerning it. Concerning what? Concerning the Qur'an. And this doubt is murib, is one that arouses suspicion, one that makes them restless. Remember, raib is a doubt that makes a person restless. So they are in a doubt concerning the Qur'an, which is making them restless. We learn in Surah Shura, ayah number 14, that وَمَا تَفَرَّقُوا, the people of the book, they did not differ إِلَّا مِن بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَهُمُ الْعِلْمُ بَغْيًا بَيْنَهُم. They did not become divided until after knowledge had come to them out of jealous animosity between themselves. That after they were given the book, then they began to differ. Similarly, after the Qur'an came, that's when the people began to differ. وَلَوْلَا كَلِمَةٌ سَبَقَتْ مِنْ رَبِّكَ إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ مُسَمًّى لَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ. And if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, postponing the penalty until a specified time, it would have been concluded between them. وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ أُورِثُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ مُرِيبٍ. Even over there, doubt is mentioned. That indeed those people who were granted inheritance of the scripture, meaning the people of the book, they are concerning the Qur'an in doubt. Meaning, they're doubtful of it. They don't believe in it. They're not accepting it. The fact is that the book of Allah, the book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals, it is clear in and of itself. It is mubin. It is a clear book. It is self-explanatory. According to Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu, the tafseer of the Quran is within the Quran itself. Because many times when we're trying to understand an ayah, what do we look at? Other ayat of the Quran. So the book of Allah is clear. It's not a book of riddles. It's not a book of, codes that have to be decoded and only then people will be able to understand what has been said. No. It's a clear, simple book. Then why is it that people differ concerning it? The reason behind that is their own corrupt thinking. It's because they are interpreting the book based on what? Their own whims and desires. Trying to prove their own ideologies. They're using the book to prove themselves. They're not taking a book as a guide. This is the reason why there have been differences. We learned earlier that Shu'aib alayhi salam, he gave his message so clearly, but what did the people say? We don't understand what you say. Why? Because they were not thinking properly. Similarly, if there are differences about the Quran, it does not mean there's a problem with the Quran. What's the problem? With who? With the people. وَإِنَّ and indeed, كُلًّا each, لَمَّا surely, لَيُوَفِّيَنَّهُمْ surely He will definitely compensate them. Who? رَبُّكَ your Lord. Your Lord is definitely going to compensate each and every single person. What? أَعْمَالَهُمْ for their deeds. إِنَّهُ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ and indeed He is acquainted with whatever that they do. If you look at this ayah, there is a lot of emphasis. First of all, وَإِنَّ indeed. Indeed. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كُلًّا each and every single person without exception. Every single individual without exception is going to be given its what? Its recompense. So the first emphasis is inna. Secondly, kullan. Then we have the word lamma. Lamma is understood as surely. It has been understood in many different ways, but mainly it is for emphasis. And if you look at the word la yuwaffiyannahum, there's so much emphasis over here. La, surely. Noon mushaddad, definitely. And remember, this lam, which gives meaning of surely, la yuwaffiyanna, it gives meaning of qasam as well. That wallahi la yuwaffiyannahum. Innahu, again emphasis, bima ya'maluna khabir. What does this show to us? That definitely recompense is going to take place. Every single person is going to be given the result that he deserves. So a person should not have any doubt about this. And a person should take this very seriously with regards to himself. That I am going to be recompensed for everything that I am doing without exception. When we think of recompense, we think of nations. We think of people. We think of perished nations. We don't put ourselves over there. But the fact is that every single person is going to be recompensed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنَّ كُلَّ لَمَّا. Lamma has been understood in various ways. First of all, it has been said that lamma, lam over here, gives the meaning of surely, and ma is extra. It is za'id. Ma is extra. So the word lamma gives the meaning of surely. So lamma meaning wallahi la yuwaffiyannahum. Surely He will definitely recompense them. And this ma is extra, it is za'id, only giving emphasis, and it is to separate between la and la yuwaffiyannahum. You see there are two lam over here. Isn't it? One is in lamma and the other is in la yuwaffiyannahum. So la is surely and la is surely again. You cannot say la la. You have to put some word in the middle to separate between the two lam. And for that reason, ma has been placed. So ma is extra, and lam means surely, and the second lam also means surely. Second, it has been said that وَإِنَّ كُلَّ لَمَّا, lamma gives the meaning of illa, except. And if we understand the meaning of lamma to be except, then inna, which in another recitation has been read as in, will be understood as not. Because in also means not, isn't it? So وَإِن كُلَّ لَمَّا, meaning there is no one except that Allah will recompense him for his deeds. Now what's the evidence that lamma can be understood as illa? It can give the meaning of except. For example, in Surah Al-Tariq we learn that in kullu nafsin lamma alayha hafiz. There is no soul that lamma except that there is a hafiz upon it. So similarly over here, there is no person except that Allah will definitely recompense him for his deeds. Then it has also been said that lamma over here gives the meaning of la min ma. La min ma. That وَإِنَّ كُلًّا لَمِنْ خَلْقٍ لَيُوَفِّيَنَّهُ. That each and every creation, لَمِنْ خَلْقٍ, meaning every single creature is going to be recompensed for his deeds. Then it has also been said that the word lamma is from the root letters lam, mim, mim, from the word lam. From the word lam, lam, mim, mim. Lam, mim with the shadda on the mim. And lam gives the meaning of jamr. So وَإِنَّ كُلَّ لَمَّا, and indeed, kullan each, lamma meaning jami'an, all together. لَيُوَفِّيَنَّهُمْ, surely He will definitely give them in full. رَبُّكَ, your Lord, أَعْمَالَهُمْ, their deeds. Which deeds? The deeds that they have performed. Every single person is going to be recompensed for the deeds that he has done. If it's good, he will be given reward. If it's bad, he will be given punishment. إِنَّهُ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ. And Allah, He is fully aware of whatever that they do. We can hide some of our actions from people, but we cannot hide anything from Allah. Just think about it. All of the actions that you have done thus far, every single word that you have uttered, every single thing that you saw, every kind of thought that you had in your mind, every intention that you made, every place you walked to, every person you thought about, every person you spoke with. Just imagine every single action that has been done. This is why in this surah is a constant invitation to istighfar and tawbah. Seek forgiveness. Seek forgiveness of Allah. Because istighfar is to seek Allah's protection from the consequence of a sin that a person has committed. And turn to Him so that He can wipe off the mistakes that you have committed. But we rarely ever think about this reality. Which is why we keep on doing the things that we're doing. We keep on saying the things that we say without thinking of reform, without thinking that we will be recompensed for everything that we're doing. فَاسْتَقِمْ, so remain steadfast. The Prophet ﷺ is being commanded. That becomes steadfast. Istaqim from the root letters qaf, waw, mim. Istiqamah. And what does istiqamah mean? To remain steadfast on a path that a person has adopted. To remain firm upon it. Do not deviate from it. Do not give up on it. To remain firm. To continue to go on it without going right or left. Without going onto extremes. With commitment and dedication. Without even the thought of giving up. The Prophet ﷺ is being told, فَاسْتَقِمْ, become steadfast, remain steadfast, do not give up, become straight, don't leave it, stay committed, never even think of leaving, never even think of giving up. فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ, just as you have been commanded. Meaning just as Allah has commanded you to become mustaqim, to become steadfast, you should become steadfast. Steadfast upon what? First of all, in your mission. In your mission. The Prophet ﷺ was given prophethood. Why? So that he would convey the message to the people. So that he would do the same thing that the previous messengers did. The previous messengers reminded the people of the purpose of their lives. U'budullaha. And the Prophet ﷺ was sent with the same mission as well. So فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ. Do not give up this mission. Because what happens? When you start telling people about the purpose of their lives, what happens? You face many challenges. You face denial. You face mockery. You face opposition. And you think about leaving it. The fact is that anything that is important, that requires change, people are not willing to accept it. Isn't it? They're not willing to cooperate with you. Anything that requires change, in which you have to change, perhaps your lifestyle, perhaps your behavior, perhaps the places that you go to, perhaps the things that you do, perhaps your habits. You might want to accept that change, but other people don't want to see that change. Especially in you, because then they feel threatened. What does that mean? That just to please people, just to satisfy them, we should give up? No. The Prophet ﷺ is told, فَاسْتَقِمْ. Remain steadfast. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Don't leave this mission. And this is why the example of the previous messengers has been given. Secondly, فَاسْتَقِمْ has been understood as remain steadfast on what? On your aqaid, on your beliefs. And also in your ibadat. So in this is commitment, dedication, ikhlas, sincerity. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you have been told. Kama umirta, exactly as you have been commanded. Without altering it. Because sometimes what happens? If we're doing something and people are not willing to accept it, what do we try to do? We try to change it. Just so that we can become more acceptable. But what does Allah say? Kama umirta, you cannot change it. وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ, and whoever has returned with you. Meaning, whoever has done tawbah to Allah should also do the same. Man taba. Taba literally means to return. And man taba refers to who? Those people who believed. Why have they been called man taba? Why has the word taba been used instead of saying amana? A person is born on the fitrah, and then his parents, his family, his society, they make him a Yahudi or a Nasrani or a Mushrik or whatever. So when these people have turned back to their fitrah, when they have turned back from disbelief to belief, when they have reverted. So those people who have believed with you, in other words, those people who have adopted your way, وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ. And in this surah is an invitation to tawbah constantly, every now and then. So whoever has turned with you, meaning your followers, should also do the same. What should they do? Remain steadfast. They should not give up. They should not give up. Because in the end, who is successful? Who is successful? The one who does tawbah, not the one who becomes arrogant. وَلَا تَطْغَوْا, and do not transgress. إِنَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. Indeed, He is, with whatever that you do, He is seeing. What does it mean by this? لَا تَطْغَوْا, do not transgress. Meaning, do not transgress the limits that have been set by Allah. Making lawful whatever you please, making unlawful whatever you please, altering the commands of Allah. No, لَا تَطْغَوْا. Do not disobey Him, obey Him. Stay firm. Stay committed. Remain steadfast. Remain right and proper. Do not alter the religion. لا تطغوا. Do not transgress. Do not disobey. Because إِنَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. He is seeing everything that you're doing. According to many mufassirin, this ayah in particular of Surah Hud turned the hair of the Prophet ﷺ grey. We learned earlier at the beginning of the surah that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he saw the Prophet ﷺ and he noticed that his hair had turned grey. So he asked him, what happened? So he said, شَيَّبَتْنِي هُودْ وَأَخَوَاتُهَا. Because in this surah, the example of the previous messengers has been given. And their people. That how when they did not believe, eventually the punishment of Allah descended upon them. Imagine the state of the Prophet ﷺ. What a situation he must have been. That the people are not willing to believe. And on the other hand, he's finding out about the previous people who did not believe and were punished. He was worried for his people. And at the same time, he's being told, فَاسْتَقِمْ, never give this mission up. Never give it up, even for a day, even for a moment. You cannot turn away from this. And you cannot even alter the religion. You cannot even change it just so that they can accept it. No, you have to keep it original. This is what made the Prophet ﷺ's hair turn grey. Because it had a great effect on him. And this would also have a great effect on a person who takes this ayah seriously for himself. Because look, in this ayah, the Prophet alone is not mentioned. Who else is mentioned? وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ. That when a person finds out that this religion, we have to stay committed to it, we cannot leave it, we cannot alter it, we cannot change it, we have to keep it as it is, then what does it mean? What does it mean? That you have to do many things that are going to be against your nafs, against the trends of the society. And that causes you stress. That makes you worry. But what does Allah say? لا تطغوا, do not transgress. إنه بما تعملون بصير. He is watching you and He will recompense you. ولا تركنوا, and do not incline. At the same time, the believers are commanded that do not incline. Tarkanu is from the root letters Ra, Kaf, Noon. Rukn is used for a pillar. And Rakina ila, Tarkanu ila, Rakina ila is to incline towards something in order to gain some support from it. In order to get some strength from it. Like for example, if you're standing and you're getting tired and you're waiting in a line, let's say you happen to stand by a pillar, what are you going to do? You're going to rest yourself against it to get some support from it. So Rakina ila is to incline towards something or someone in order to get some support from them. What are we being told over here? That la tarkanu, do not incline ila alladhina zalamu, to those people who have done zulm. Who are alladhina zalamu? The mushrikeen, the polytheists, those who set partners with Allah. Don't incline to them seeking their help, seeking their support, seeking their acceptance, seeking their appreciation. Do not approve of their deeds. Do not join them. Do not compromise for them. لا تركنوا إلى الذين ظلموا. Because if you do that, what's that going to lead to? That is going to lead you to compromising your religion, compromising your faith. We have been told in the previous ayah, فَاسْتَقِمْ, become firm on their religion. Do not alter it even a little bit. Do not leave it even slightly. And don't dare to transgress the limits set by Allah. Because remember, Allah is watching you. What happens? When you want to do this, people come in the middle. Isn't it? Especially people who oppose you, people who differ from you. What does Allah say? Don't incline towards them. Don't bend towards them. Because if you do that, فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ, fire is going to touch you. Because if you listen to them, you're going to end up disobeying Allah. And for that, there are consequences. فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ, the fire is going to touch you. The more you touch them, the more fire will touch you. The closer you go towards them, the closer you're going towards the fire. The more you please them, the more you welcome them, the more you're welcoming the hellfire. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ وَمَا لَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ, and not for you besides Allah, min awliya, any close friends. Meaning when Allah will hold you accountable, when He will punish you, no awliya can come and release you. ثُمَّ لَا تُنصَرُونَ, then you will not be helped at all. You will not be helped against what? the punishment of Allah. So in this ayah, the greatest hurdle is mentioned. The greatest hurdle which comes in a person's way when he wants to become steadfast in their religion. People, especially those people who differ from you. Those people who are comfortable with the wrong that they are doing. And they think it very strange if you're doing something different. This is the biggest hurdle. Because you can overcome your sleep. You can overcome yourself. You can overcome your eating habits perhaps. But how do you face people? But what does Allah say? Take them as fire. That if you please them, if you turn towards them, then it's as if you were turning towards the fire. We learned earlier in Surah Al-Baqarah that do not marry the mushrikeen and the mushrikat. Because أُولَٰئِكَ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى النَّارِ. They call you towards the fire. If you listen to them, you will end up doing what kind of actions? Such actions that are going to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No. If you listen to them, are you going to increase in your dhikr? Are you going to increase in your salah? Are you going to increase in your hijab? Are you going to increase in your fasting? No. What are you going to increase in? In what they do. And what they do leads to the fire. So don't bend towards them, because if you do so, fire is going to touch you. The deeper you go in with relationship with them, the deeper you will go into the fire. And in this ayah is a clear warning. So where should we get the strength from them?